We're going to take a look at our next drill here, which is going to be the flow drill with the arms at our side, and really going to just continue to build on what we were talking about with our last drill, and just have now more of an emphasis here on the kick. So we want to be able to really feel the kick and really feel those feet being able to go downward here as the body is going to be traveling through the water here. Now, one thing we want to be careful with is that we're not going to want to see the head here going to be leading that pressing movement in order for the legs here to really be able to kick and be strong as we're moving through the water here. We want to really be able to continue to emphasize that the chest is going to be leading the movement and that the head here is going to just stay below the surface of the water. Remember, we have this inverse relationship between the hips. So here we see the hips going up. That means then our chest and our legs here are traveling downward. And then here, the legs and the chest are up, meaning then the hips here are downward, which is perfect and exactly what we want to see. While we have a much more active kick here for our athlete, we're going to want to just continue to make sure that the head here is going to continue to stay steady so that everything here is going to continue to travel forward. And overall, we've got a really good movement. One thing we do want to watch here, and just remember, athletes are going to be able to perform these drills with various abilities. At times here, the legs, so like here, if you notice the difference between the height of the legs, here the feet kind of barely break the surface, and that's kind of more natural than what we would like to see. On the previous kick here, we got up just a little bit higher here with the legs, and just it's going to be okay as you're going to continue to work on these drills and become a little bit more proficient with them. But we want to just make sure that we're going to be consistent in continuing to give feedback to the athletes as they're going to be performing these drills. Overall here, our athlete does really well. Okay, underwater here, what we're going to do is just take a quick look at the kick. So here we really like the feet, the toes are kind of turned inward, so that way then when the feet kick down, we're going to have this nice strong kick. We look for the legs to stay together. We do have a little bit of a gap right there between the legs and the feet, which is going to be okay. The feet here, the toes are turned inward, so it will keep everything together. And that's not a bad spot to be in here. The more we can kind of have the legs together, we'll create this whip-like movement with the legs. So then here, as the feet are going down, the body is going to feel this forward surge as we're continuing then to travel through the water. So we transition to a return view. We're just going to want to continue to emphasize a lot of those same things here for our athlete. And so let's see what we see. Hips here are going up, feet, legs and chest here are going downward. And then in this frame here, we have the chest and the feet going upward, meaning then our hips here are going downward. And we're just going to kind of continue to travel through the water. Athlete does a great job of keeping that head relatively steady with just that up-down movement, which is to be expected in our butterfly. When we get to look at the underwater, we're going to then really take a look at whether the pressing movement is created by the chest or the head. But overall, very good flow. This is exactly what we would want to look for out of our athlete here as we're continuing to travel. All right, now let's take a look at what's happening here under. All right, so here in our frame, we have the head kind of coming down, and we see then the chest here being that deepest point. Perfect. It's exactly what we want to see as we're going through the water. At this point, the athlete would take the breath about right here without the snorkel and then return down. And see that little push of the chest right there? That's perfect. That's exactly what we're going to want to see as we're traveling through the water. So this is really, really good. Love the fact that we're pushing that chest here then as that head kind of like looks to push forward. Arms just continue to stay at the side, so we're not adding any more complexities and just kind of keeping things really, really simple as we're traveling through the water. So here, our athlete does a really, really fine job here with this drill. Overall, if you found some great value out of this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe as we're dropping new videos for drills all the time.